adorable little children. Look at you. All here together with Mama. Hello, my lovely mana pots. Are you full of energy today? I hope you've had a wonderful day. I don't know what's... Oh, chat, why... Chat, you're not supposed to go outside of the box. Don't you know? You're far too tall. Let's give you a little bit more of a shortened height there. There you go. That's much better. Yes, today we're going to be having some lovely story time. I noticed that some of you liked to call me Mommy. Mommy. So, how can I not indulge and treat my lovely children so well? Read you some lovely stories. I've been curating and hand-picking some nice stories, so I'd like to read you some more to you sometime. I think that would be absolutely lovely. Spend some time together. Right? Oh, Monty, thank you very much for the super. Aren't you just wonderful? You get an extra special little... Wait, where is your stream avatar in here? Let me see. Me. Gotta pick everyone up real quick. Hello, my children. Hello, Robert. Hello, Coach. Hello, Weeb. Hello, Demo. Hello, Brandon. Streamlabs. Hello, AFV. Hello, C14. Hello, Ben. Hello, Chifuyu. Oh, Robert. Oh, get out of the way. Oh, wait. I'll try to say hello. Who's in our horny box? Me? Hello, Josh. Hello, Melodic. And hello, Yaltar. Monty really isn't here. Oh my goodness. Monty supered and said, I'm not here. And he unless you just didn't join that. Hi, Vidya. Hi, KF16. Hello, Teal Ice. Hello, Lonely and Sad. Oh, hi, boss. Finished workout, ready for a bedtime story by mommy? Perfect. Perfect. Hello, Pizza Man. Hi. Yes, we're gonna get started. This is a story that... Hello, Supreme Nerd. Monty has been quiet since the Super Chat war. Yeah, pretty much. You know what? That's okay. That's fair. All right. So, some of you might have heard of this story before. Some of you might not be familiar with it. This is one that I read before, and I found it deeply touching. It had a lot of very great things to kind of look into the deeper meanings and realms of just different technology. You might be more familiar with the song version rather than the story itself, because when the film came out, it was known by the same name. It was back, I think this was released in 1950, and then they released a short movie by the same name. It's a very deep story. Hi, Rose. Yes. Time to close eyes and fall asleep? Perfect. So, The Veldt. The Veldt is a story, who wrote it? By Ray Bradbury. It's from 1950. It's a short story, but it's still quite a few pages long. The Veldt, the definition of the word the Veldt, actually it stands for grasslands in Africa. So if that doesn't give away a little bit of some of the context, we'll go see. You're not used to this voice? I have to do my mommy voice. So let's get ready. Let's get into the story, okay? Story time. Let's go. George, I wish you'd look at the nursery. What's wrong with it? I don't know. Well then. I just want you to look at it, is all. Or call a psychologist in to look at it. What would a psychologist want with a nursery? You know very well what he'd want. His wife paused in the middle of the kitchen and watched the stove busy humming to itself, making supper for 4. It's just that the nursery is different now than it was. All right, let's have a look. They walked down the hall of their soundproofed Happy Life home, which had cost them $30,000 installed. This house, which clothed and fed and rocked them to sleep, and played and sang and was good to them. Their approach sensitized a switch somewhere, and the nursery light flicked on when they came within 10 feet of it. Similarly, behind them, in the halls, lights went on and off as they left them behind, with a soft automaticity. Well, said George Hadley. They stood on the thatched floor of the nursery. It was 40 feet across by 40 feet long and 30 feet high. It had cost half again as much of the rest of the house. But nothing's too good for our children, George had said. Oh, I relate. Nothing's too good for you guys. Well, I'll get you. Do you need a nursery? Might get you a nursery. Okay. The nursery was silent. It was empty as a jungle glade at hot, high noon. The walls were blank and two-dimensional. Now, as George and Lydia Hadley stood in the center of the room, the walls began to purr and recede into a crystalline distance. It seemed, and presently, an African Veldt appeared, in 3 dimensions on all sides, in color reproduced to the final pebble and bit of straw. The ceiling above them became a deep sky with a hot yellow sun. George Hadley felt the perspiration start on his brow. Let's get out of this, son, he said. This is a little too real, but I don't see anything wrong. Wait a moment, you'll see, said his wife. Now the hidden odorophonics were beginning to blow a wind of odor at the 2 people in the middle of the baked Veltland. The hot straw smell of lion grass, the cool green smell of the hidden waterhole, the great rusty smell of animals, the smell of dust like a red paprika in the hot air. And now, the sounds. The thump of distant antelope feet on grassy sod. The papery rustling of vultures. A shadow passed through the sky. The shadow flickered on George Hadley's upturned, sweating face. Filthy creatures, he heard his wife say. The vultures. You see, there are the lions far over that way. Now they're on their way to the waterhole. They've just been eating, said Lydia. I don't know what. Some animal. George Hadley put his hand up to shield the burning light from his squinted eyes. A zebra or a baby giraffe, maybe? Are you sure? His wife sounded peculiarly tense. No, it's a little late to be sure, he said, amused. Nothing over there I can see but cleaned bone, and the vultures dropping for what's left." "Did you hear the scream?" she asked. "No." "About a minute ago?" "Sorry, no." The lions were coming. And again, George Hadley was filled with admiration for the mechanical genius who had conceived this room. A miracle of efficiency selling for an absurdly low price. Every home should have one. Oh, occasionally they frightened you with their clinical accuracy. They startled you, gave you a twinge. But most of the time, what fun for everyone. Not only your own son and daughter, but for yourself when you felt like a quick jaunt to a foreign land, a quick change of scenery. Well, here it was. And here were the lions now, 15 feet away. So real, so feverishly and startlingly real that you could feel the prickling fur on your hand, and your mouth was stuffed with the dusty upholstery smell of their heated pelts. And the yellow of them was in your eyes like the yellow of an exquisite French tapestry, the yellows of lions and summer grass, and the sound of the matted lion lungs exhaling on the silent noontide, and the smell of meat from the panting, dripping mouths. The lions stood looking at George and Lydia Hadley with terrible green-yellow eyes. "Watch out!" screamed Lydia. The lions came running at them. Lydia bolted and ran. Instinctively, George sprang after her. Outside, in the hall, with the door slammed, he was laughing and she was crying, and they both stood appalled at the other's reaction. "George!" "Lydia!" "Oh, my dear, poor, sweet Lydia." "They almost got us!" "Walls, Lydia, remember! Crystal walls, that's all they are. Oh, they look real, I must admit. Africa in your parlor. But it's all dimensional, super reactionary, super sensitive color film and mental tape behind glass screens. It's all orderophonics and sonics, Lydia. Here's my handkerchief. The lions do not sleep tonight, that's for sure." You're not wrong. You're not wrong. "I'm afraid." She came to him and put her body against him and cried steadily. "Did you see? Did you feel? It's too real." "Now, Lydia, you've got to tell Wendy and Peter not to read any more on Africa." Of course, he patted her. "Promise?" "Sure." "And lock the nursery for a few days until I get my nerves settled." "You know how difficult Peter is about that. When I punished him a month ago by locking the nursery for even a few hours, the tantrum he threw. And Wendy, too. They live for the nursery." Kruka, hello. Welcome to the stream. We're in the midst of starting the beginning of the Veldt. Hello. Hello, Dashing Demon. Mama is fine. That's where we are today. Alright. Where was I? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. They live for the nursery. "It's got to be locked. That's all there is to it." All right. Reluctantly, he locked the huge door. "You've been working too hard. You need a rest." I don't know, she said, blowing her nose up, sitting down in a chair that immediately began to rock and comfort her. Maybe I don't have enough to do. Maybe I have time to think too much. Why don't we shut the whole house off for a few days and take a vacation? You mean you want to fry my eggs for me? Yes, she nodded. And damn my socks? Yes, a frantic, watery-eyed nodding. And sweep the house? Yes, yes, oh yes! But I thought that's why we bought this house, so we wouldn't have to do anything? How did you jump so high? Get off my face. That's just it. I feel like I don't belong here. The house is wife and mother now, and nursemaid. Can I compete with an African Veldt? Can I give a bath and scrub the children as efficiently or quickly as the automatic scrub bath can? I cannot. And it isn't just me. It's you. You've been awfully nervous lately. I suppose I have been smoking too much. Wait, what's he smoking? Ooh. A little mana pot. He needs to, everyone could use some. They all need to chill. Just a smidgen. Just a smidge. You look as if you don't know what to do with yourself in this house either. You smoke a little more every morning, and drink a little more every afternoon, and need a little more sedative every night. You're beginning to feel unnecessary too. Hi Jojo, welcome. Devil lettuce? Devil lettuce, beer, and sedatives. This kind of sounds like how I live my life. Am I? He paused and tried to feel into himself what was really there. Oh, George. She looked beyond him at the nursery door. Those lions can't get out of there, can they? He looked at the door and saw it tremble, as if something had just jumped against it from the other side. Of course not, he said. At dinner, they ate alone, for Wendy and Peter were at a special plastic carnival across town, and bad televised home... What? Bad televised home? Oh, televised themselves. They did like a video call. To say they'd be late, to go ahead eating. So George Hadley, bemused, sat watching the dining room table produce warm dishes of food from its mechanical interior. We forgot the ketchup, he said. Sorry, said a small voice from within the table, and the ketchup appeared. As for the nursery, thought George Hadley, it won't hurt for the children to be locked out of it for a while. Too much of anything isn't good for anyone. And it was clearly indicated that the children had been spending a little too much time on Africa. That sun, he could feel it on his neck still, like a hot paw. Rawr. And the lions, and the smell of blood. Remarkable how the nursery caught the telepathic emanations of the children's minds and created life to fill their every desire. The children thought lions, and there were lions. The children thought zebras, and there were zebras. Sun, sun, giraffes, giraffes. Death and death. That last. He chewed tastelessly on the meat that the table had cut for him. Death thoughts. They were awfully young, Wendy and Peter, for death thoughts. Or, no, you were never too young, really. Hello, Annibal! Welcome. We're reading the Veldt. We're only on page 4. 4? Yes, 4. Page 4. Long before you knew what death was, you were wishing it on someone else. When you were 2 years old, you were shooting people with cap pistols. There are 13 pages. 13. But this, the long, hot African veldt, the awful death in the jaws of a lion, and repeated again and again. Careful, that fire's getting out of control, are you sure? No, it's still in there. It's fine. It's fine. Death is a fair and balanced gotcha system. Wow. I don't know what I would do if I had a room. I mean, it's almost like VR nowadays. I find it very entertaining, though, that in this story, it's someone from the 1950s, how they imagined the future was going to be, but also, I guess, a bit fake. But can you imagine if you could have an entire room that you walk into? It's almost like, what was it? Like Ready Player One? But actually, oh, it's because you explode, that's why you jump. Yeah, I don't know. What kind of situation would you think of? I feel like I would have so many different ones. There'd be like one that would just have a nice big warm pool. I could just go and float. Do you think you get wet if you go in there? If you can feel the heat of like the sun and stuff, can you feel the things too? But if they're or are they only projections and smells and things? You go to space for real? What if you went into a fake space and there was no oxygen? That's what I would be worried about. What if they make it too real? Although I guess if you think, oh, I can breathe, maybe you can breathe. But if you can't breathe, are you just in space and then you suffocate? Oh, I was talking about the book. The movie kind of, Ready Player One, the movie was kind of... I enjoyed the book very much, even if it was kind of aimed at young adults. Long, happy life surrounded by your loved ones is a 5-star. Just live inside of there after everyone has succumbed to the weaknesses of the world. If it was too real, you'd melt and freeze at the same time, so maybe it'd be... What? If I think I can, I think I can. You can become Thomas the Train Engine. Okay, back to the story. Where are you going? He didn't answer Lydia. Preoccupied, he let the lights glow softly on ahead of him, extinguished behind him as he padded to the nursery door. He listened against it. Far away, a lion roared. You're fine if the room has only a comfy bed, to be honest. Ooh, maybe you could try all the different kinds of beds in the world. I never want a water bed, but I want to try laying on one. Just to try it. You know? But I don't want the risk of it popping. So it'd be like a one time and see if it's comfy or not. Welcome back, AFE. He unlocked the door and opened it. Just before he stepped inside, he heard a faraway scream. Then another roar from the lions, which subsided quickly. He stepped into Africa. How many times in the last year had he opened this door and found Wonderland? Alice, the Mock Turtle, or Aladdin and his magical lamp, or Jack Pumpkinhead of Oz, or Dr. Dolittle, or the cow jumping over a very real-appearing moon. All the delightful contraptions of a make-believe world. How often had he seen Pegasus flying in the sky ceiling, or seen fountains of red fireworks, or heard angel voices singing? You mean boss? But now is yellow, hot Africa. This bake oven with murder in the heat. Perhaps Lydia was right. Perhaps they needed a little vacation from the fantasy, which was growing a bit too real for the 10-year-old children. Are they both 10? Wait, are they twins? It was all right to exercise one's mind with gymnastic fantasies, but when the lively child mind settled on one pattern, it seemed that, at a distance for the past month, he had heard lions roaring and smelled their strong odor seeping as far away as his study door. Ew, how stinky are they? But being busy, he had paid it no attention. You always wanted that waterbed from a Goofy movie? Yeah! You popped a waterbed? A waterbed once, boss? My goodness. I can't even imagine how that would feel. The embarrassment and somewhat sly satisfaction from it. George Hadley stood on the African grassland alone. The lions looked up from their feeding, watching him. The only flaw to the illusion was the open door through which he could see his wife, far down the dark hall, like a framed picture, eating her dinner abstractedly. "Go away," he said to the lions. They did not go. Don't make fun of my trout mubbles. It's still preferable to breaking a feather pillow? No way! Boss, I'm coming up and we're having a pillow fight. With only the fluffiest feather pillows, okay? He knew the principle of the room exactly. You sent out your thoughts. Whatever you thought would appear. "Let's have Aladdin and his lamp," he snapped. The Veldt land remained. The lions remained. "Come on, room. I demand Aladdin," he said. Nothing happened. The lions mumbled in their baked pelts. "Aladdin!" He went back to dinner. "The fool's room's out of order," he said. "It won't respond." Or what? "Or it can't respond," said Lydia, "because the children have thought about Africa and lions and killing so many days that the room's in a rut." Could be. Or Peter set it to remain that way. Set it? He may have gone into the machinery and fixed something. Peter doesn't know machinery. He's a wise one for 10. That IQ of his. Nevertheless. "Hello, Mom." "Hello, Dad." The Hadleys turned. Wendy and Peter were coming in the front door, cheeks like peppermint candy, eyes like bright blue agate marbles, a smell of ozone on their jumpers from their trip in the helicopter. "You're just in time for supper," said both parents. "Oh, we're full of strawberry ice cream and hot dogs," said the children, holding hands. "But we'll sit and watch." "Yes, come tell us about the nursery," said George Hadley. The brother and sister blinked at him, then at each other. "Nursery?" "All about Africa and everything," said the father with false joviality. "I don't understand," said Peter. "Your mother and I were just traveling through Africa with rod and reel. Tom Swift and his electric lion," said George Hadley. "There's no Africa in the nursery," said Peter simply. Oh, come now. Why is it? Oh, come now, Peter. Zoop. I fixed it. We're okay now. Sorry about that. I was in the wrong spot. So let me add this. I forgot to add that. And that one. There we go. I forgot to put the super alerts and membership alerts in here. There we go. Ah! What? I mean, what? Why are you hitting your mother with that? Stop it, my child. This is not the time nor the place. No, you can't make mommy ooh-woo. It's not how you do it. Ah! I literally just added that alert in. Oh, Supreme Nerd! Thank you so much for joining the managers. I hope that you have, if you're in our Discord, please make sure your Discord and your YouTube are linked because we have a private chat, and that's how I'll share your exclusive rewards and things. We also have a private stream sometimes, so I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Hi, Lind, welcome. Mama Mana, can I please go inside the nursery? I swear I'm not gonna go do anything bad, haha. Why are you laughing like that? I don't know if I trust you, child. Usually mommy is too much dying. Okay. I don't remember any Africa, said Peter to Wendy. Do you? No. Run, see, and come tell. She obeyed. Wendy, come back here, said George Hadley, but she was gone. The house lights followed her like a flock of fireflies. Too late, he realized he had forgotten to lock the nursery door after his last inspection. One of us, one of us. Wendy'll look and... I might need water. I'm gonna have a sip of water real quick. Don't trust Lind. Lind was doing shrooms. Okay. Wendy'll look and come tell us, said Peter. She doesn't have to tell me. I've seen it. I'm sure you're mistaken, Father. I'm not, Peter. Come along now. But Wendy was back. It's not Africa, she said breathlessly. Please take more drinking breaks. Taking care of your voice is important. Thank you. I will do my best to remember to drink the water. We'll see about this, said George Hadley, and they all walked down the hall together and opened the nursery door. There was a green, lovely forest, a lovely river, a purple mountain, high voices singing, and Rima, lovely and mysterious, lurking in the trees with colorful flights of butterflies, like animated bouquets lingering in her long hair. Who's Rima? Rima is, the Jungle Girl, from a 1904 novel called Green Mansions, A Romance of the Tropical Forest. Yep. The Jungle Girl. Oh, they even have her in like a comic. She kind of badass. Nice. The African Veldt was gone. The lions were gone. Only Rima was here now, singing a song so beautiful that it brought tears to your eyes. George Hadley looked in at the changed scenery. Go to bed, he said to the children. They opened their mouths. You heard me, he said. They went off to the air closet, where a wind sucked them like brown leaves up their flue to their slumber rooms. George Hadley walked through the singing glade and picked up something that lay in the corner, near where the lions had been. He walked slowly back to his wife. What is that? She asked. An old wallet of mine, he said. He showed it to her. The smell of hot grass was on it, and the smell of a lion. There were drops of saliva on it. It had been chewed, and there were blood smears on both sides. He closed the nursery door and locked it tight. Yeah, r/let's not meet, but it's the nursery. It's also the children. I also don't like children, but you guys are okay. You guys are my okay children. I'm okay with you guys being my kid. Here, let's get you guys out there. Get out. Get out of the jail. That's the jail. Let's... No more jail. There you go. Whee! And let me give you... Wow! Wow! Oh, Betsy, thank you so much for renewing your membership, your manager membership. Congratulations on 2 months. You love the story? Love the story, Mama. Well, you are most welcome. Let's continue this lovely story. Dialga's in jail. We caught him. We did it. We don't even need to play Pokemon anymore. Thank you so much. In the middle of the night, he was still awake, and he knew his wife was awake. Do you think Wendy changed it? She said at last in the dark room. Of course. Made it from a Veldt into a forest and put Rima there instead of lions? Yes. Why? I don't know, but it's staying locked until I find out. How did your wallet get there? I don't know anything, he said, except that I'm beginning to be sorry we bought that room for the children. If children are neurotic at all, a room like that, it's supposed to help them work off their neurosis in a helpful way. I'm starting to wonder. He stared at the ceiling. We've given the children everything they ever wanted. Is this our reward? Secrecy? Disobedience? Who was it that said, children are carpets, they should be stepped on occasionally? We've never lifted a hand. They're insufferable. Let's admit it. Oh, so he doesn't like kids either. Today you learned that jail's an acceptable Master Ball substitute? You're right. They come and go when they like. They treat us as if we were offspring. They're spoiled and we're spoiled. They've been acting funny ever since you forbade them to take the rocket to New York a few months ago. They're not old enough to do that alone. I explained. Have a good dinner, Josh. Come back for some food. Oh, come back for food. Come back for more story. I'll see you later. Nevertheless, I noticed that they've been decidedly cool towards us since then. I think I'll have David McLean come tomorrow morning to take a look at Africa. But it's not Africa now. It's Green Mansion's country and Rima. I have a feeling it'll be Africa again before then. A moment later, they heard the screams. 2 screams. 2 people screaming from downstairs. And then a roar of lions. Wendy and Peter aren't in their rooms, said his wife. He lay in his bed with his beating heart. No, they've broken into the nursery. Those screams, they sound familiar. Do they? Yes, awfully. And although their beds tried very hard, the 2 adults couldn't be rocked to sleep for another hour. A smell of cats was in the air. I can only imagine it smells like a cat litter box, which is very stinky. Yes, come back for food and story. Come listen to more story. Father? Said Peter. Yes? Peter looked at his shoes. He never looked at his father anymore, nor at his mother. You aren't going to lock up the nursery for good, are you? That all depends. On what? Snapped Peter. On you and your sister. If you intersperse this Africa with a little variety, Sweden perhaps, or Denmark, or China, I thought we were free to play as we wished. You are. Within reasonable bounds. What's wrong with Africa, Father? Oh, so now you admit you have been conjuring up Africa, do you? I wouldn't want the nursery locked up, said Peter coldly. Ever. Welcome, XZXY6. Thank you for joining the Mana Pots. You help to fill me with energy. The Lion King's different than you remember? Long live the king. Right? These parents are really raising an entire menace, aren't they? Matter of fact, we're thinking of turning the whole house off for a month. Live sort of a carefree, one-for-all existence. That sounds dreadful. Would I have to tie my own shoes instead of letting the shoe tire do it? And brush my own teeth and comb my hair and give myself a bath? Oh, heaven forbid you have to give yourself a bath. It would be fun for a change, don't you think? We are reading The Veldt by Ray Bradbury. Right? We've abandoned all means. No, it would be horrid. I didn't like it when you took out the picture painter last month. That's because I wanted you to learn to paint all by yourself, son. I don't want to do anything but look and listen and smell. What else is there to do? All right, go play in Africa. Will you shut off the house sometime soon? We're considering it. I don't think you'd better consider it anymore, Father. I won't have any threats from my son. Very well, said, and Peter strolled off into the nursery. It really does feel like we're heading into this future. I agree, though. You're enjoying this? I'm glad. Oh, what do we give David McLean? David McLean.
Am I on time?
Said David McLean. Breakfast? Asked George Hadley.
Thanks. Had some. What's the trouble?
David, you're a psychologist.
I should hope so.
Well then, have a look at our nursery. You saw it a year ago when you dropped by. Did you notice anything peculiar about it then?
Can't say I did. The usual violence is a tendency toward slight paranoia here or there, usual in children because they feel persecuted by parents constantly, but really nothing.
They walked down the hall. I locked the nursery up, explained the father, and the children broke back into it during the night. I let them stay so they could form the patterns for you to see. There was a terrible screaming from the nursery. There it is, said George Hadley. See what you make of it. They walked in on the children without rapping. The screams faded. The lions were feeding. Run outside a moment, children, said George Hadley. No, don't change the mental combination. Leave the walls as they are. Get! With the children gone and the two men stood studying the lions, clustered at a distance, eating with great relish whatever it was that they had caught. I wish I knew what it was, said George Hadley. Sometimes I can almost see. Do you think if I brought high-powered binoculars here and... Oh, Takeshi! Thank you so much for the super. It's gonna take... It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had. David McLean laughed dryly. Oh, thank you for the water. I will have some water. The glasses? They just help, they're like magnifying. They're readers. It's fine. My eyes are good. Toto Africa is the BGM that plays in the nursery. Canon now. Do 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 do. Okay. David McLean laughed dryly.
Hardly.
He turned to study all four walls.
How long has this been going on?
The glasses are for your hearts. A little over a month.
It certainly doesn't feel good.
I want facts, not feelings.
Oh, my dear George, our psychologist never saw a fact in his life. He only hears about feelings. Vague things. This doesn't feel good, I tell you. Trust my hunches and my instincts. I have a nose for something bad. And this smells bad. That's not what he said. He just said, this is very bad. My advice to you is to have the whole damn room torn down and your children brought to me every day during the next year for treatment.
Is it that bad?
I'm afraid so. One of the original uses of these nurseries was so that we could study the patterns left on the walls by the child's mind, study at our leisure, and help the child. In this case, however, the room has become a channel toward destructive thoughts instead of a release away from them.
You're imagining me crunching her face into my neck, trying to sound like a fat old man. I'm actually grabbing my, pulling on my cheek. Didn't you sense this before?
I sensed only that you had spoiled your children more than most, and now you're letting them down in some way. What way?
I wouldn't let them go to New York.
What else?
I've taken a few machines from the house and threatened them a month ago with closing up the nursery unless they did their homework. I did close it for a few days to show I meant business.
Aha!
Does that mean anything?
Everything. Where before they had a Santa Claus, now they have a Scrooge. Children prefer Santas.
Can confirm.
You've let this room and this house replace you and your wife in your children's affections. This room is their mother and father, far more important in their lives than their real parents. And now you come along and want to shut it off? No wonder there's hatred here. You can feel it coming out of the sky. Feel that sun. George, you'll have to change your life. Like too many others, you've built it around creature comforts. Why, you'd starve tomorrow if something went wrong in your kitchen. You wouldn't know how to tap an egg. Nevertheless, turn everything off. Start new. It'll take time, but we'll make good children out of bad in a year. Wait and see.
Pam, boss, are you getting thirsty for Scrooge? We're talking about the duck version, because then I agree, right? Duck McScrooge? That's the hot one. But won't the shock be too much for the children? Shutting the room up abruptly for good?
I don't want them going any deeper into this, that's all.
The lions were finished their red-faced. Oh yeah, he's the hottest one? The lions were standing on the edge of the clearing, watching the two men.
Now I'm feeling persecuted,
said McLean.
Let's get out of here. I never have cared for these damned rooms. Make me nervous.
The lions look real, don't they? Said George Hadley. I don't suppose there's any way.
What?
That they could become real?
Not that I know.
Some flaw in the machinery, a tampering or something?
No.
They went to the door. I don't imagine the room will like being turned off, said the father.
Nothing ever likes to die. Even a room.
Katra! Welcome to this. Ow, I bit my tongue as I said hello. Sorry. Welcome to the to the stream. We're approaching the end of the story The Veldts. Feel free to stick around. Become my child. Subscribe. Oh, look at that! No, you're my child. You have officially been adopted, and I can tell you stories. And thank you for the kind compliments. Alright. Yeah, no one likes to die. It's true. I wonder if it hates me for wanting to switch it off.
Paranoia is thick around here today,
said David McLean.
You can follow it like a spore. Hello?
He bent and picked up a bloody scarf.
This yours?
No. George Hadley's face was rigid. It belongs to Lydia. They went to the fuse box together and threw the switch that killed the nursery. The two children were in hysterics. They screamed and pranced and threw things. They yelled and sobbed and swore and jumped at the furniture. You can't do that to the nursery! You can't! Now, children. The children flung themselves onto a couch, weeping. George, said Lydia Hadley, turn on the nursery just for a few moments. You can't be so abrupt.
No.
You can't be so cruel. Lydia, it's off, and it stays off. And the whole damn house dies as of here and now. The more I see of the mess we've put ourselves in, the more it sickens me. We've been contemplating our mechanical, electronic navels for too long. My God, how we need a breath of honest air. And he marched about the house, turning off the voice clocks, the stoves and the heaters, the shoe shiners, the shoe lacers, the body scrubbers and swabbers and massagers, and every other machine he could put his hand on. Yeah, right? Lydia was the one who was concerned in the first place. Why is she so against it all of a sudden? Lydia, take a chill pill. Come on. But Lydia doesn't know about the scarf, does she? The 1950 equivalent of saying, touch grass. Yes, honest air. You're unplugging your Alexa? Heaven forbid that the electronics rise up, right? The house was full of dead bodies, it seemed. It felt like a mechanical cemetery. So silent. None of the humming hidden energy of machines waiting to function at the tap of a button. Don't let them do it! Wailed Peter at the ceiling, as if he was talking to the house. Don't let Father kill everything! He turned to his father. Oh, I hate you!
Insults won't get you anywhere.
I wish you were dead! We were, for a long while. Now we're going to really start living. Instead of being handled and massaged, we're going to live. Wendy was still crying, and Peter joined her again. Just a moment, just one moment, just another moment of nursery, they wailed. Oh, George, said the wife, it can't hurt. All right, if they'll just shut up. 1 minute, mind you, and then off forever. Daddy! Daddy! Sang the children, smiling with wet faces.
And then we're going on a vacation.
David McLean is coming back in half an hour to help us move out and get to the airport. I'm going to dress. You turn on the nursery for a minute, Lydia. Just a minute, mind you. And the three of them went, babbling off while he let himself be vacuumed upstairs through the air flute and set about dressing himself. A minute later, Lydia appeared. I'll be glad when we get away, she sighed. Did you leave them in the nursery? I wanted to dress too. Oh, that horrid Africa. What can they see in it? It's almost as addictive as watching Boss and Aka. Thank you kindly. Well, in 5 minutes we'll be on our way to Iowa. Lord, how did we ever get in this house? What prompted us to buy this nightmare? Maybe we are the nursery. Plot twist! We were the nursery all along. Pride, money, foolishness. I think we'd better get downstairs before those kids get engrossed with those damned beasts again. Just then, they heard the children calling. Daddy! Mommy! Come quick! Quick! They went downstairs in the air flew and ran down the hall. The children were nowhere in sight. Wendy? Peter? They ran into the nursery. The Veldt land was empty, save for the lions waiting, looking at them. Peter? Wendy? The door slammed. Wendy! Peter! George Hadley and his wife whirled and ran back to the door. Open the door! Cried George Hadley, trying the knob. Why, they've locked it from the outside! Peter! He beat at the door. Open up! He heard Peter's voice outside, against the door. Don't let them switch off the nursery in the house, he was saying. Mr. and Mrs. George Hadley beat at the door. Don't be ridiculous, children! It's time to go. Mr. McLean will be here in a minute and then they heard the sounds. The lions on 3 sides of them in the yellow veldt grass, padding through the dry straw, rumbling and roaring in their throats. The lions. Mr. Hadley looked at his wife, and they turned and looked back at the beasts edging slowly forward, crouching, tails stiff. Mr. and Mrs. Hadley screamed. And suddenly, they realized why those other screams had sounded familiar. Well, here I am, said David McLean in the nursery doorway. Oh, hello! He stared at the 2 children seated in the center of the open glade, eating a little picnic lunch. Beyond them was the waterhole and the yellow Veltland. Above was the hot sun. He began to perspire. Where are your father and mother? The children looked up and smiled. Oh, they'll be here directly. Good. We must get going. At a distance, Mr. McLean saw the lions fighting and clawing and then quieting down to feed in silence under the shady trees. He squinted at the lions with his hand to the tip of his eyes. Now the lions were done feeding. They moved to the water hole to drink. A shadow flickered over Mr. McLean's hot face. Many shadows flickered. The vultures were dropping down the blazing sky. "A cup of tea?" asked Wendy in the silence. The end. And that, my dear, lovely children, was The Veldt by Ray Bradbury. So, what'd you think? Did you enjoy our story time? Part 2 is The Exorcist. You read this years ago, but the ending hit you just as hard as it did the first time? It definitely is quite a story, isn't it? Yeah, the bad ending, 100%. It really is. Oh, God. Well, do you think, Lind, when you say the absolute mountain of paperwork the psychologist is going to have to deal with after that, do you think the psychologist gets out? Or do you think the vultures descend on him? Kids are evil? You kids aren't evil, are you? My kids, you're pure, right? You wouldn't dare betray me, your mom, would you? Right? Right? You wouldn't, right? You wouldn't, right? T14, you gonna be good? Otherwise, there's a fire. Right, Robert? You good? My good little children. Did great. Definitely needed some sound effects. Gotta get immersed, you know. Pew pew swoosh sploosh. Should I have done some more munching of bones and nod some more? Give you the sound of the lions chewing. Huh? Did that work? Was that immersive? You're good? That's what you get for raising spoiled children? So that's the metaverse that people are talking about, right? Some Cheetos nearby would have been good. Okay, I'll keep it in mind for the next one that we need sound effects for. Lind. Jail. Yeltar. Jail. The manga needs more pictures? So you're supposed to close your eyes and listen to the story. Maybe we need another one that has more, like, crunchy sound effect type things. If this is a very prescient metaverse allegory, where are the NFTs? No! No NFTs. None. Yeah, I agree. That's why this story, why I will never have children. Other than you. You guys can be my little babies. Aka, Pam is waiting in the nursery to have a date with you. Go check. Ooh. Is that true? I will. I'll be on my way then if that's true. I would love to go and say have a quick date. You promise it's not a death trap? No, I won't trap Boss in her own little box. She can already trap herself. How about I go check out the nursery and see the surprise you left for me? You guys are acting sus now. Now I feel like you all are need to go in jail. Nursery death game? Here, you guys can go in here. Oh wait, no, I leave. I'm not in there. Not me, except for me. There's me. I get to stay out because I am pure. You all are going into jail now. That's all I'm saying. Otherwise you're gonna... I don't trust you now. Oh no. Who else keeps coming in? There you go. All of you. Now I'm safe. Hi! Thank you so much for the super! Great story, Mama Aka. Thanks for it. You are most... Oh no, who had a bomb? You are most welcome. Haha! Only Streamlabs escaped. Fight for freedom. I agree. Fight and see if you deserve the freedom. Who escaped? Who escaped? No! Melodic! No! Don't betray me! Melodic! Or Pokemon, you can't break these bars? Yeah. Okay, Melodic... Oh my god, you're coming. Okay. What horrible odds. How are you? No. I'm really gonna get killed, aren't I? I have too many children all of a sudden. I thought I could trust all of you guys. Are you really gonna... murder? Remember, who's stuck in the corner over here? Oh, Rose. Oh, no. Here, maybe I'll just add an extra block so you can't get stuck over there. There you go. So, apparently the story about the Veldts, oh my, how lewd. Bye, Erin. We'll see you later. It's a very good story. It shows our independence and the concern, especially from back in the past, about our dependence on the use of technology. I mean, so many of our daily lives now depend on technology. Do you think we're gonna get to the point that we need to do, like, houses that are fully automated? I think the idea of having a big screen on your walls where you can just automatically voice chat with somebody or like do a FaceTime, but you could already do that on your phone. So I'm sure that won't be far behind anyways. But okay, but what's your interpretation of the ending? Well, obviously the parents were killed. They had been replaced because, first of all, we all know that kids are stupid. Kids are dumb, impressionable, and they will do exactly what they think is what seems like it's right, even if it's not. Because they feel justified in their own actions. Robots will try to kill us all? Most likely. That's why I say thank you to as many inanimate objects as possible. I'd have to hiccup. Ah! Pardon me. That was a weird hiccup. It like built up from the inside. Sorry you had to hear that. But, yeah. Osakan, hi! I didn't say hi when you came in. Wait, what'd you do? You just got here? I was worried that my children were gonna kill me, so I had to put you all in jail. They don't test children for sociopathy because all kids show signs of it. Kids got obsessed by technology to the point they stopped caring about reality, so they got rid of those who kept trying to take it away from them. Yeah. Could I read the sound of thunder? Aaron, are you in the Discord? I would love if you were to, actually, you know what, sound of thunder. Let me, what is this? Sound, I'm writing it down for later. Okay. Yeah, so, kids, dumb. Kids, literally all sociopaths until they are taught to not be sociopathic. Because, I don't know, I find that anytime I've met a child, they're like, hey, let's go pull, like, wings off this bug and stuff. So they have no appreciation, especially for life yet. They don't know necessarily the downfalls and the pitfalls. And it takes time to really be able to understand and appreciate life. But especially when you're that young and the entirety of your life, you've depended on technology so much so that it's basically replaced your own family. It's become your reality. You killed a lizard as a kid and hated it? See, but did you hate it at the time? Was it because you were sad that you did it? I admit that there was like once when I was young and there was like this big carpenter ant. And I was standing over like a storm grate, or like I guess it was more of a sewer grate because it was one of the round ones. And for whatever reason, my brain was like, we should kick this. We should flick this big carpenter ant because it was like a chonky one. And we should kick it into the storm drain. And then I did it, and I watched it land in the webs of a spider. And it was a big one. I mean, especially probably seemed even bigger because I was a kid, when I already thought that this frickin' ant was huge. And this, like, I don't even know what kind of spider, but I imagine like a wolf spider or like, to me I was like tarantula, but obviously it wasn't a tarantula because those don't live in sewer grates probably. But and suddenly the spider just came crawling out at like max speed and went and grabbed the ant, and I cried. I felt so bad. You crushed a mouse with a shovel, mate? It felt bad, but it startled you. All of the unintentional deaths and destruction that we caused as kids. See, maybe at the time we didn't really know because we didn't think things through, because it's so much easier to act on impulse. Ah! Slingo! Thank you so much for renewing your membership. You're around 2, month 2 of managing. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Slingo celebrates 2 months of membership. Bravo. You're curious, you had a BB gun your grandpa gave you, you shot it point blank, and the feeling after, never again. Oh, coach, that's heartbreaking. Novicious, you ate a ladybug once, it was disgusting. Ew. Oh, I can imagine. I remember one time I was drinking, I think I'd gone camping, and I had a cup with a straw. I guess like sippy cup, but not sippy cup. And suddenly I felt something crawling in my mouth, because I was drinking water out of it. And so I immediately ran to the bathroom and I opened my mouth, and there was a ladybug on my tongue, but it was crawling towards the back of my mouth, like it was trying to go down my throat instead. And I just remember trying to get it, and I nearly squished it trying to get it because I didn't want it to go down my throat. But this is probably, the both of these experiences are probably why I hate leggy bugs so much. I mean, I'm okay with like ladybugs in general because their legs aren't very long, but it was trying to go down and just trying to pinch it out without squishing it and getting its guts in my mouth, and the ladybug survived. I did not. I perished. Just barf it out? No, it has strong little legs. They like grasp onto your taste buds. They hold on. I'm just glad I didn't have little pincers or anything. Ugh. Hash brown man, you joined the stream, and of course something wiggled in my mouth. You'll have to go back and listen. Yeah, mentally perished. 100% exactly. Empathy and sympathy are really such interesting concepts, Melodic, aren't they? The fact that I find most people are able to have sympathy, where it's more that you can feel for them. Maybe you don't know exactly how they feel, but you're like, oh, that sucks. Like, but empathy, the act of like actually putting yourself in someone else's shoes and feeling their feelings essentially. And I wonder, how many of us do you think are like a natural empath and like just sympathetic? It'll crawl back up your throat? Toki, no! Toki! Are you saying I should have swallowed it? Should I go find a new ladybug to test this theory? It'll come back out? Secretly have a ladybug, like, cavern, hidey hole in my stomach? You fed moths to mantises... Mantises alive! Oh no! Ah! I remember watching people... Oh, I watched people cut up caterpillars one time, and I was not for it, but they were children, and they were so into it, and I left. It was so bad. It was so bad. You watched as the mantis devoured the moth alive. Oh no! AFV, are you okay? Are you a sociopath, or are you happy? Are you good? Actually, you know what? You seem pretty well adjusted, so I think you're okay. Everyone has those times. Empathy is a deeper feeling because you need to understand how they're feeling from their perspective. Sympathy is always from your own perspective, so it's easier. Agreed with you there. And we're back at the part where the hyenas attack? No. You miss ladybugs. We only have Asian beetles now. Because you tried wiping out mosquitoes? Oh no! Aaron, where do you live? Let's all go bug catching and come and release them there. I mean, screw mosquitoes big time. But, yeah, flush down the ladybug with extra water and wait for the hydrochloric acid to eat it. No, what if you feel it wiggle and wriggle and sniggle inside you? It's like the lady who ate a fly. That sad caterpillars are cute. Yeah! I don't know. There was just... Do you ever see those giant caterpillar nests and they like cover trees? Thanks. And they just cover the trees and I don't know, there was just a huge outbreak one year and all these kids were like, hey, you know it'd be fun? Slicing up some bugs. And I just wanted to collect them. And so, being naive and trusting, never again, by the way, I collected many, many, many caterpillars, being like, oh yes, this is fun. Look, now I have a giant caterpillar collection, and I don't actually know what my end goal was to do with them, but little did I know, they were being used as sacrifices. So I never collected bugs again, except for worms. I still would pick up worms. No leg bugs. Best bug. One time, you threw a tent caterpillar nest in a pond. Ew, why can I ugh. I just felt like I was covered in a web. Tons of fish ate them. Perfect time for fishing. Why didn't we fish? What was the lady who ate a fly? I need the story. Let me real quick aside. Let me read you the old lady who swallowed a fly, just because it seems so on point. And then I think we'll go to sleep. All you need to know is that you're American. Are we all imagining eating bugs now? As empaths? You heard me, Josh. We are all there. Your turn. Oh gosh, what's happening? Cool story. Now read the metamorphosis. Do you mean a story, or do you mean the manga? Because I'm not reading the manga again. Unless there's a different story that is not that I just do not know. How about pupa? Give me pupa anime. The the manga again. Shush, children. I do it to protect you, so that I know the evils of what is on the internet. The evils of what's on the internet, so I can help make sure you do not see them. The metamorphosis is about a man who turns into a bug? Oh god. Oh no. No. Don't ask. It's fine. Sir Denselot. Another one for Empathy, Sympathy is A Stranger by Albert Camus. But it might be too long for a stream? Ooh. I might have to look it up. I just do an audiobook? Okay. There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a spider that wriggled and wiggled and tickled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a bird. How absurd to swallow a bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a cat. Meow. Fancy that, to swallow a cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. Tweet, tweet, tweet. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. Bzzz. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. The illustrations were kind of cute for this. I remember too. I wonder if there's an illustrated version. Let me look real quick if I can. I'll finish it up first. There was an old lady who swallowed a dog. Woof, woof. What a hug to swallow a dog. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. Meow. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. Tweet, tweet. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. Psst. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. Bzzz. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a cow. I don't know how she swallowed a cow. She swallowed a cow to catch the dog. Woof, woof. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. Meow. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. Tweet, tweet. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. Psst. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. Bzzz. That kind of sounds like a bee, but it's fine. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a horse. Oh, this one says, she's dead, of course. Is this Kirby's origin? Probably. Yep. So literally the old lady died in this one. I think the one that I had read when I was young, had it that you just like threw them all up, and they like came running out one after the other. But I also remember, is this also how like Vor started? The old lady is kind of strange. Yeah, right? The fly would die in your stomach acids. Don't you know, lady? It's a little concerning to swallow so many things like that. I don't think she should. But yeah. Yeah, that was the one you read too? Exactly! They all come back out and she survives and happy hunky-dory, a woo-wee, woo-woo-woo. Does anyone remember? Oh, I just had like a flashback to an actual hood book. Monty! What are you doing? Thank you so much for the super! Holy crap! Yo! Aka, great storyteller? Well, I'm so glad that you enjoyed the stories. I enjoyed telling that to you. I want to read you more stories. You guys deserve to have lovely stories read to you. Storage Wars is not Storage Wars. No, you cannot. I am in mother mode. I will put you in timeout. I will head pat you and then put you in timeout. Where are you? You get timeout. Here, everyone else, you're allowed out for now. Freedom. Who went back in? Kyle. I love how Monty comes in, supers, and leaves. Goodness. Vum today. Vum today! Why, bud? Why? Aw, crying. It's okay. See? Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. Use your bomb. There you go. Kyle, no, stop. Kyle, no, Kyle. I can see it in the chat. It hasn't done the alert yet, but Kyle, it's fine. Okay. bot thinks on a different level, right? Sometimes it says vor, sometimes it says vum, sometimes it wants to go vroom, vroom, vroom. No. Okay. Maybe that means it's the time. It's time to end the streams. That you guys don't. Thank you very, very kindly for the super, Kyle. Monty, I swear, you son of a. Wait, but if Monty is my child, what were you just about to call me, Kyle? Huh? Were you about to call me a gun? Because I got mad guns. The beach is, oh. Can't, maybe I shouldn't flex. But I was gonna say, I'm flexing hard. Flexing hard with these arms. Massive gun muscle arms. Yeah. Are you gonna call me a bitch? Okay. Thank you, Monty. Why aren't you? Monty! Thank you very much. Aka, is mommy confirmed? Indeed, I am mummy. And I will read to you again in the future. No. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm streaming again tomorrow with Boss. We will be streaming at 1 p.m. PST, or 1 plus 3 is... I'm a mom, I know math, it's fine. 4 p.m. EST. And so I hope that... Oh, Melodic! Oh, thank you so much for renewing your membership. You're gonna keep managing well. I've been tricking you the whole time. I've never called you mommy, and I still listen to the story. I'm no child. Melodic. Fine. Well, I'm adopting you. Or, I don't know. If you're living in my house, what should I call you? Just Melodic? Okay, but yes. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna be playing some It Takes Two. I guess that means that parent mode is still activated because we're gonna be playing Thank you, Coach, for the super. I sent more Mandy and a good idea. Talk later. Kyle, thank you for the super. Shush up, you simp. To Monty. Nice. Okay, but yes, tomorrow we'll be there. We'll do that. Let's see if we can overcome the trials of it's not a spoiler because it happens in the first 5 minutes of the game. Will we be able to overcome the trials and tribulations of potential divorcee peeps? Also, who should be mom and who should be dad? These are good questions. I'm kind of fine with being mommy or daddy. Monty, thank you for the super. Simping for the most beautiful mom ever. But yes, okay, we're leaving. We'll see you all tomorrow. You're lovely. Until tomorrow, we will see. I'll be mommy and daddy. Call me Maddie Dummy. Is that why the word dummy, mommy? Can't stop me, Aka! No, Monty! Okay, we're going to our end screen. You guys are awesome. Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Thank you, Monty. We will stop! Stop! I'm going to the loading screen, okay? I want to say thank you to you, but you can't. You gotta stop. Stop. We're leaving. We're ending the stream, okay? Thank you, Supreme Nerd. Thank you, Monty. Don't do it, okay? See you tomorrow. Let's go, Mana.